Hi everyone, I'm going to tell you about my experience as a musician and as a mom, what it changed and what are my thoughts about it. Please keep in mind that's my personal experience. You can hear other musicians' moms saying, "No, it's terrible." I just tell you what I experience, what I live and what I think. I think the biggest difference before and after having kids is that before you're the own manager of your time. So really it's up to you how you use your time. You can be lazy, you can be productive, you can be resting, you can be super working hard. That's your own choice. While having kids really obliges you to have some choices, some behaviors that before you wouldn't have naturally. But I'm going to tell you now, it's not a bad thing sometimes. Let's talk about practice. You do have less time to practice. My practice time is very, very limited, so I really have to make the most out of it. When I was a student, I used to practice 4 to 6 hours a day and do 40 minutes of really good and stable, solid technique. Now, my technique, as you can see in my video, I mentioned it already, it's 5 minutes, super quick and efficient, because I do want to stress out that yes, your time for practicing is much more limited. But as we see in the next point, is not necessarily a bad thing either. Let's talk about time. The time is always the same. It's up to you how you structure it. And what me and my husband learned is that as musicians, before having kids, we were a bit random with hours and everything. No, with kids, you have to give them a routine. You have to give them stable hours. And usually you divide your day in the 3-hour sections. And in these 3-hour sections, you manage to do so much. Just because you know that after these 3 hours, something else comes and you don't have time and you actually cannot do what you want to. So you have to structure your day much better, much more efficiently. I mean, for me, having the day completely free before, I would maybe do something, but now that my day is so full, I achieve so much more because I'm obliged. Regarding to the practice, then in 2 hours, you do much more than in 6 hours I was doing before. It's great. Since I prioritize other things, my shower takes 2 minutes. That's why I have short hair. Let's talk about energy. I think every parent with small kid, regardless if they're musicians or not, they are tired. That's normal. That's so normal. Every time I have the chance to lie down, I fall asleep if I don't have responsibility. You're exhausted all the time. But you know what? You get used to it. And it is true that you're constantly tired, but you still get to do everything. You do have extra strength, extra creativity to sort out every situation, and extra energy as well. Yes, it seems crazy because yes, I'm tired all the time, but I do have so much more energy than before. And I was thinking, why? And then I thought, yeah, probably because I'm happier than before. Like, kids do make my life much happier. With this constant happiness, I managed to do everything I want to do. Mind me, it's a lot of hard work. I'm not saying that it's easy. And I personally have a lot more energy, also because I eat much more healthily. If you're alone and you eat biscuits, fine. But if you eat biscuits and your kids are watching you, they also want biscuits. So you're obliged to eat a fruit instead, because you want to give the good example, and kids really follow what they see and the example you give. Eating healthily really increased my boost of energy. And also you learn to save energy, and that's the last topic. Well, this last point is probably the most important that I'm really experiencing now. And it didn't come, yes, with the first child, but very much so with this second. Give priorities. At this stage of my life, I'm really at a point that time is terribly important, energy as well. And I really want to use everything at its max. Last week, I was in town. I just had half an hour free between one thing to the other. And I really wanted a cappuccino. So I said, yes, but but I don't want to go to a normal bar. I want to go to the best because I want to have an experience, because for me it's so rare to go out without kids and family and to have a cappuccino on my own in peace. So I went to a 4-star hotel on a beautiful terrace looking at a fantastic lake and panorama because I wanted to treat myself. And that coffee experience, because of the fact that it's so rare, has to be the best I can have. And that's why I'm learning to say no to so many things that I don't want to do. And that also is to get rid of toxic relationship. They don't give me energy. They don't give me inspiration. They don't give me anything positive. At the moment, I cannot waste my time. Maybe in 10 years, I can go for a coffee with a person I don't like so much and I can say, yes, whatever, I'm going to waste 1 hour of my life. But at the moment, I'm so busy that really I have to choose. And of course, I do a lot of things that I don't like changing nappies, for example. But thing I can choose, the thing I have control over, I'm learning so much to optimize them, to consider all aspects of it before actually giving my time and my energy. And that's a great thing because we waste so much time doing something that we actually are not completely happy to do. Please let me know your experience. Please let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, take care. And don't forget that as a musician, you do have a huge advantage that lots of people don't have. You know what a sacrifice is. You're trained to make sacrifices. So to make sacrifices for music or for kids, it doesn't change much. It's a sacrifice. But for a lot of people, this is not common. Their skill, their work, their life doesn't require so much sacrifice. So for them, it's much more shocking to have a baby. I'll say goodbye now and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you to my patrons!